talk about inflation and let's talk about the rise in energy prices. When did it all start? Well, it started the moment Joe Biden took office. I showed you guys this chart just yesterday, and it was a reaction to two specific things primarily. Biden's American Rescue Act, which is nothing but $2 trillion of government handout, printing press go burr, and the rise in energy cost was a direct result of Joe Biden's policy. Day one, he comes into office and cancels the Keystone XL pipeline, as well as immediately stopping new drilling permits. Inflation and energy costs basically peaked before the invasion of Ukraine. So we know that the rampant increase in energy costs and inflation started when Joe Biden took office and basically peaked before Vladimir Putin even decided to invade Ukraine. Yet Joe Biden and the Democrats have repeatedly tried to call it Putin's price hike and blame everything on Vladimir Putin. Well, today during a Senate hearing with Fed Chair Jerome Powell, even he now admits that, well, Joe Biden is just a big fat liar.
To turn to another point, Chairman Powell, I realize there are a number of factors that play a role in the historic inflation that we're experiencing. Supply chain disruptions, regulations that constrain supply. We've got rising inflation expectations and excessive fiscal spending. But the problem hasn't sprung out of nowhere. And in January of 2021, inflation was at 1.4%. By December of 2021, it had risen to 7%, a five-fold increase. Now, since the war in Ukraine began in late February, the rate of inflation has risen incrementally, another 1.6%, to a current level of 8.6%. So again, from 7% to 8.6%. Given how inflation has escalated over the past 18 months, would you say that the war in Ukraine is the primary driver of inflation in America?
No, inflation was high before, certainly before the war in Ukraine broke out.
I'm glad to hear you say that. The Biden administration seems to be intent on deflecting blame, and as recently as just this past Sunday, spread the misinformation that Putin's invasion of Ukraine is the, quote, biggest single driver of inflation.